Alright, and next is one of the most fun films in the entire franchise, King Kong vs. Godzilla from 1962. This film's been getting a lot more attention recently due to the recent Godzilla vs. King Kong by Legendary Films, so it's a good time to check out the original. In King Kong vs. Godzilla, we see Ishiro Honda make a return to directing, which is a welcome change because his films are some of the best in the franchise. I feel like all of his sci-fi films he did with Toho have a certain unique charm that's pretty enjoyable, so I'm glad he's back directing. Honda will direct the next few films in the series. The films he directs seem to always be the best of the Showa era Godzilla films. Apparently, Kong vs. Godzilla got its start as an idea from Willis O'Brien, who was the stop-motion animator for the original King Kong film. His idea was a film in which King Kong would face a giant Frankenstein's monster. It seemed like this Frankenstein's monster was intended to be more of a monster built out of animal parts and being like a giant monster and not really resembling the classic Universal style of Frankenstein. At some point, the project was given to Toho, and Godzilla ended up replacing the Frankenstein monster. The fact that Frankenstein was initially supposed to be in the film probably accounts for some of these strange scenes. For example, like there's a scene where King Kong ends up getting a power-up after being struck by lightning. The plot starts out with a guy from a pharmaceutical company trying to bring in King Kong as like an advertisement scheme to boost ratings for some event that his company's in charge of. Meanwhile, Godzilla gets freed from the iceberg that he gets trapped in at the end of Godzilla Raids Again, and it ends up leading to Godzilla and King Kong fighting in Japan. There's some other characters and other side plots, but none of it really matters that much. Most of the film just is there to set up the fight between Godzilla and Kong, and the fight is one of the best in the entire franchise. It's really exciting to see Godzilla and Kong fight, because you got America's most famous monster versus Japan's most famous monster, and it's a really good fight. I'm a big fan of the King Kong suit. It looks like really low budget and cheap, but it has like a kind of funny look that has a lot of charm, and I really like it. The tone of the film is a lot less serious than the last two. Pretty much most of the film is just leads to set up the fight between Godzilla and Kong, and the fight really delivers. King Kong really can't stand a chance against Godzilla, and for most of the fight, due to Godzilla's atomic breath, it just makes it not fair. But he eventually gets struck by lightning and gets like some power up, which leads to him being able to fight Godzilla more evenly. And eventually they end up just like rolling down a cliff together into the ocean, and you see Kong swimming away, and it basically ends in a tie, which I think is a fitting ending. That way both monsters get a good ending. You don't have like a clear loser. Overall, the movie's really fun. The fight is really fun. You get a lot of entertaining scenes where Godzilla and Kong fight, and King Kong like throws rocks at him, or you get that awesome scene where he tries to shove this tree down his throat. This one is probably one of the most fun films of the series. I would give it 4 stars. It's pretty much the best of the less serious, fun Godzilla films, and is a great precursor to the recent Godzilla vs. Kong. So if you're going to go watch Godzilla vs. Kong, check this one out first.